Hey y'all, hey. Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to Tootie Talk Sense. I'm trying to make sure that y'all can hear and see me well. I'm gonna have this song going while I'm checking the volume, okay? I know it been a minute, but I'm explaining to y'all everything that's been going on and why I've been absent. Then we're gonna talk about what we got to talk about today. That the Trump administration getting rid of the nursing degree as a profession.
The night page, yeah. Soft. Yeah. Scroll in the tube, found a star in the chaos. Duty spitting facts like a modern day seance. Trending waves, politics in the spotlight. Raw with the wit, hits you sharp like a frostbite. Come on, y'all, let's discuss her anthem, her creed. Breaking down the drama, uncovering the greed. Laugh through the truth, it's enlightenment with flair. Tootie talk sense, ain't no nonsense over there. Come on, we tuned into Tootie's vibe. High energy keeps the convo alive. From scandals to news, she hit it all bright. Tootie taking the mic like she owns the fight.
Okay, y'all. Let me see. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me cut these comments on. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, y'all. Yep. Okay. I'm coming in clear. So thank y'all for tuning in. Let me put this down. Thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome to Tootie Talk Sense, okay? Now, y'all see my thumbnail, right? Tasha K is on there because I watched the episode of her. If y'all don't know, I used to watch Tasha K. That's actually one of the first people, like in the commentary section on YouTube, that I had started watching. So, but I don't anymore. Now, I had clicked on, because here and there I click on and try to watch a video. But in every episode, I'd be like, come on now. And she covered how the Trump administration had got rid of nursing um, as a profession. Oh, first, so that's what we're going to talk about today. First, I want to talk to y'all about why I've been missing. So, for the people who came back, thank you for coming back. And for the new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Wait, I gotta I always give my new subscribers. I always do this.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
So that's for my new subscribers, and that's for my old ones who's coming back. So I've been off for a while. It's because my oldest daughter ended up being in and out the hospital. My oldest daughter is my 22-year-old, but she's still my baby. Okay, so anything happened to the kids, I cannot focus. So she was in and out the hospital. She ended up having to have an emergency surgery to get her appendix taken out. But then once they release her, it's like every two to 3 days, I had to take her back to the hospital, back to the ER. It was rough. It was rough for her. She was in so much pain. And as a mother, seeing your child in pain, there's nothing you can do about it. Baby, she was in there crying. I was in there crying. The nurse is like, Mom, go sit down. We got it. I was no help. Do you hear me? I was absolutely no help. But it was it was rough. It was rough for her. And so every day I was going, and every couple of days when I had to take her to the hospital, I spent 4 or 5 hours at the hospital. I come back home, and I got to give much props to my husband who held it down here at the house with our other 2 kids who was here. And also Harmony is here from Georgia. Hey girl. And so she came Saturday too. So he's been helping out and things. So if y'all know me, y'all know my kids stay busy. So the two youngest, the oldest is 22. Then it's Harmony. She's in school in Georgia. That's my bonus daughter, my husband, first one. If you know my story, I had a kid. He had a kid. I had a daughter. He had a daughter. We got together. Had 2 more daughters, all girls. And so she came in town. So we're so happy that she here. But then my oldest, she was sick back and forth. And my husband been holding it down here, as I was saying. The two youngest are involved, especially that middle kid is involved in dance and tap and ballet, and she plays basketball and she does tumbling. So there's a lot that you have to move around with the schedule. And he's been here holding it down here while I've been taking care of the oldest, spending time with her so she wouldn't feel alone at the hospital. And it's just been, it was rough. It was rough for her. She was in a lot of pain. It ends up she had a couple of things going on all at one time. It seems like once they, if you're in pain, it's like you don't even notice the secondary pain. I think that was Tropic Thunder when he was like, no, no, that's major pain. If he was like, oh, if something hurt, he'll like break their finger. Do you still feel it? Do your head still hurt? Like it's like if you're in pain, you don't even notice a secondary pain if that first pain is so strong. And then if my voice sound weird, I woke up last Saturday. It was also my husband's birthday. Yeah, of course, I told him happy birthday. His birthday was Wednesday. Yes, a Gemini and a Sagittarius. Okay, so when he had his party Saturday, and my daughter ended up going back to the hospital Saturday too. So it's been a whirlwind. So I haven't really been able to get on here because honestly, like yeah, I could have been on here. I just couldn't focus, y'all. I couldn't focus on trying to make this video. I couldn't. I ain't gonna be the type. I don't want to be the type who's crying on YouTube, crying on social media. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have my light on. That's that's better. Okay. So I was like, I ain't finna get on there if I can't be right. But that Saturday, like I said, he went to the hospital, and I mean, it was his birthday party. That night, my daughter went back to the hospital because she was in pain. But Saturday morning, woke up, voice completely gone. Never in all my years have I ever lost my voice. My voice was completely and totally gone. Just woke up, no voice. So if it sounded a little different, I'm trying to come back from that. So that's the reason why. Now, y'all gonna be getting old topics and some new topics, because I've been seeing some things that I've been wanting to get on here and talk to y'all about, but I haven't had the time. Neither was I in the right mind space. But one thing I did come across, and we're gonna talk about right now, is what the misinformation that Tasha K has spread. And let me give y'all a little black backstory for the people who's watching, who think this is gonna be like I'm new on YouTube. I don't have beef with anybody. I know that if I started beef, if I would have put Tasha K name in the title, I could get a lot more views, beef sales. That ain't my thing. Okay, that ain't my cup of tea because what I'm not gonna do is sit here and just go. Some people does that, like just sit here and go back and forth of always talking about her. But what I feel like, and that's hopefully, this week I will get to the for real stuff. I feel like when you have such a big mic that you should not, and I don't know if it's purposely or not, but just spread this information that is blatantly untrue. So I'm gonna tell you the backstory of how I even started watching Tasha K. I started watching her maybe 2018, 2019. I'm from Chicago, as y'all can tell from the background. Chi-Town represent West Side, K-Town. But so I started watching her when she was covering R. Kelly stuff. So because one of my friends was like, "Oh, is this person on YouTube?" Because I didn't even know YouTube had a sector like that. I thought it was just I only watch music videos on there. So she told me about Tasha K. I started watching Tasha K. And then I was like, it just began to get. She started to get a little change. It started to get a little strange. And I want to say where I noticed it at was the Cardi B situation. Now, was the Cardi? Yeah, the Cardi B situation. It seemed like after that, and I was like, and I didn't know whether it was just mad at the system or what, but it started being small little trickles of stuff that I was like, that ain't that ain't right. First, it was like, I'm like, I think she might be a little mega Republican over here. I seen that little she invited Angela Staten. Yeah, and she was popular for a little bit with her anti-trans stand and whatever. And I was like, okay, well maybe Tasha just got beef with trans people or something. Oh my god. I felt like with the Cardi B situation, she lost because she didn't have as much money as Cardi B. and couldn't have her lawyer was trash. Olga was trash. And so I was like, so maybe she would have won that if she had better lawyers, but she ain't got no Cardi B money. And that's not a knock because Tasha got money. But compared to Cardi B probably had the money at that time to have, better lawyers and everything. I took her side with the Funky Dineva situation. And I felt like Funky Dineva, even though he's a gay man, he should not be threatened to slap a shit out of a woman because at the end of the day, you still a man. But then there started to be things like I know she was into it with Lovely T, but I don't know what happened with that. I was there for the Storm Monroe and the Chelsea and that whole mess of a shit that happened there. Um, she started saying little things through her video, as far as like, yeah, because you black women need to know how to like, y'all problem is you don't be listening and you want to talk back to men and you want to be and y'all too masculine. And I was like, I was like, okay, well, maybe because she with this African husband and some African people don't mess with African American like that. So I was like, maybe that's her. Then she started saying things about like unmarried women, or you have these kids before you get married, but you need to. I was like, and then doing the she started saying more Republican MAGA like talking points, but didn't come out as a Trump supporter. Once he won, she came out as a Trump supporter, and I said I knew that. I can't think of all the things, the different instances, but I was like, I knew that because she was saying a little bit too much MAGA talking points. She was like almost gave me like the Stephen A. female, Stephen A. Smith female version. Because I'm like, and I think she half came out as MAGA. Just baby, I tried to watch that Charles and White interview. I couldn't get 5 minutes past when they start. I think it's about 3 minutes into it where they started all this anti-black, and I had a white tutor, so it was better. And these niggas think that, and I was tutored by a white person. I was doing the Cardi B situation. She was like, "Oh, I got me a white lawyer." That's when I was like, well, maybe because her husband is African that she has this idea because some of them do like lean more towards that way. Don't think white is better, and maybe the brainwashing and things of being around Africans. Maybe that's what got her thinking that. But that white lawyer fucked up. But anyway, so I'm just telling y'all all that to say like. It's not that I personally have issues with her. I don't agree with some of her stands, so I choose not to watch. I choose to stop watching it. Because I don't watch too much stuff. Well, not too much. If you anti-black, anti-woman, I'm pretty much not gonna watch the channel. That's what there's a lot of popular YouTubers that I do not know, and that's when somebody put me on to them, like when Charlie died or was unalive. I'm like, who's Charlie? And I went and did some research about him. I was like, oh, okay, that's why I don't know him. If you against me, I'm not one of the ones who's gonna go and watch the thing to like when Kevin Samuel was alive and popular. Why would I watch something that's beating me down? I don't know, thank you. So so yeah, so I was recently watching. I did click on a video of hers, and it was about the Trump administration. Now, when I show y'all this, I said what she's very good at. She's very good at this YouTube clickbait, getting people to click on her video because the video is titled like Trump administration takes away uh, nursing profession. But when you actually click on the video, she actually blamed black women for it. And she was like, well, they took it away, but it ain't really their fault. We need to take personal responsibility. So what the video ends up talking about, there was a case in Florida where they were selling, I want to say nursing degrees that they were selling. And so they were selling these nursing degrees. I'm gonna show y'all the video because the thumbnail, what it says is Trump administration takes away nursing profession. But as soon as she get on there, she was like, well, he did it, but it ain't really his fault. It's the professional people. It's our fault and we need to take responsibility. And I was like, so you really think that due to one nursing program in Florida is the reason why that he took away, that we're going to use that as justification for him taking away the nursing profession for all of America? Or are we going to look at the actual facts that the Board of Education, getting rid of the Board of Education was in Project 2025? And it's asinine to try to blame black women, black people for this because it is one case in Florida, when I want to say 70% of the nursing field is white women. So how are we going to try to blame black women for this? And also that party has a push for their women to stay home. They want their women back as their birthing population is going down. They want their women back home barefoot and pregnant. So they can have more babies, so they can get their populations back up. Now, I'm gonna show y'all. I want to say her video. See if I can pull up her video. And we ain't got to watch all of it. I think this segment is maybe 14, 15 minutes or something like that. And then I'm gonna show y'all, even though Fox News is pretty much Republican ran, they Donald Trump mouthpiece. I'm gonna show y'all the Fox News coverage of it, just so you won't be like, oh, it's biased. So let me show y'all. Uh, trying to And you see that as you went immediately to the Trump administration is doing this, but we got to take some personal accountability and look at the title of the video: Trump undermined nursing degrees. And you see, you got the Trump phase and over on the nursing, right? So you get people who knows about this subject, who's first of all, any MAGA, all you gotta do is put Trump in the title. They're not gonna even watch the video, but they're gonna be in your comments commenting and no, and all this delusional ass misinformation, untrue facts and shit that's down in your comments talking. That's what the fuck they do. They just like to sprout out anything. And it halftime ain't even got you be like Trump said the sky is blue. They come and be like, but Biden 3 years ago walked across the street. You be like, what the fuck? That's how it is. So you're gonna get your Trump, your MAGA people clicking on the video. You're gonna get your people who doesn't agree with the Trump administration because of the way you titled it, Trump undermines nursing degree, clicking on that, seeing what you're talking about. Of course, and she got over a million subscribers. So she's gonna get her regular, like her fans are like Nicki Minaj and the Tasha K supporters who's gonna believe everything that comes out your mouth. So you got all this like marketing genius to me, but you would think Trump undermines nursing degree that she's gonna talk about how he undermined nursing degree. Nope, she been talking about how it's y'all fault and take personal responsibility. Hey, Texas. I want to stop and say hi. Thank you for tuning back in. I've been gone for a while. I explained it all at the beginning of the video, but thank you for tuning back. And I want to talk, let me take a second to tell y'all this one thing. I also noticed during the COVID administration, that's one of the first things that piqued my interest too, during the epidemic, that she would come and say things about the shot that I'm like, that's not true. Like, and she would give health facts and stuff about the shots and the negative side effects. And I'm like, that's not true. And I think that's the first video that I did about something that she said false. And well, actually, this is probably the second. I don't go back and forth. Like I said, I don't do YouTube beef. So the crazy part is, like I'm doing now, I show her video when I went live, and I show her video of the false things that a statement that she made, that this negative side effects was causing thousands of people to pass away due to heart blah blah blah. It was false. So I went and did the video, and I showed it like I'm showing now. The video got struck, and if the video got struck, because it's, if your video gets struck on YouTube, it tells you what segment is striking and the reason why. So it struck the video because of misinformation, and it was the segment of her talking, of me showing her video clip. So YouTube definitely will give, if you're a big if you're a big YouTuber, you can definitely get away with more things than somebody small like me. So they struck it. I had to appeal it to say the video, yes, it's misinformation, but my video is about the misinformation, and correcting the misinformation that she's given. So the video, went through the appeal process, and they did release it and said I was correct. But I was just like, hey, wait a minute, how you striking my video of me showing her misinformation, telling me I'm giving misinformation? How her video still up there? That video still up there to this day. But how the her video is still up there, and you just strike mine and took it down? But let's continue, y'all. Like I said, did you hear that? I know I got it sped up, so it's going a little fast. I slow it down if y'all need me to. But they said this, it was three schools all in Florida, and this was 3 years ago. So she is using this to justify Trump getting rid of nursing degrees as a profession, which is absolutely crazy. And what gets me is that I think later in the video she's gonna go and put it on, black people. And I was like, black women doing this. And I'm saying, with the, if you know the wealth disparity in the races, do you think that this is black women who's paying $15,000 to get these fake degrees? Do you think there's an extra supply? And not saying that there's not no black people who got $15,000 in their bank account. I know it is. I know they do. But do you think, right, that these people, that the majority of these people who's doing this is the black women? It's absolutely not. As I said, 70% of nurses are white women. I have to skip that. See? See? Listen to me. And that's absolutely not false. I looked it up. That was the only one that I found. Not saying that there's possibly not more out there. It's possibly more out there, but to say there's millions and ain't no, you can't pull it up on Google. Just this one story of these three schools in Florida, millions. Come on now, be serious. But just lie. You just seen the news article. Now I'm gonna look that up. I want to say it was like it's a They you just seen it where it was like they gave out 7,600 and about 1,300 people attained the degree in the Florida thing for that. So where are we getting this number from? Is what I want to know. Which is not true. The reason why the COVID numbers was higher is because of the Trump administration. Is Trump was president at that time. So, and before he took over, of course, after Obama left, but before Obama left, if y'all watch the news, if y'all remember, he had put into a plan in place in case a pandemic happened. Trump, when he got in, wanted to get rid of everything Obama did, got rid of this thing, and which caused the U.S. to be behind with everybody else as far as fighting the the COVID. So this is another. I was like, this is just bullshit, right here. I'm like, oh my god. And then she's talking about that labor and delivery, which is the case of that they sent that black lady and her husband wouldn't admit her in the emergency room. She ended up having her baby in the car. That was white nurses. So I don't know why that was brought up, but right after he said the black nurses, because that was a white lady. So y'all see what I was talking about. I will show y'all the and I think there was a name of there was list of people prosecuted in fake nursing in Florida. Because yes, you can't tell by the names. 12 more charge. You can't tell by the names, but I was like, how we saying I couldn't even find the demographic of the nurses who was charged. Like I said, it was 7,600 that they gave the who got the fake degrees. I think about 1,200 actually end up like working in the nursing field because you can have a nursing degree. You can go with the fake transcripts and things, but you can't get a job. Like they were using that to take the test to skip going to the school to take the you have to still set for your statewide exam. You can't just go and take to the hospital a nursing degree, a nursing diploma. You still have to pass the board, the statewide nursing exam. So I'm like, what are we talking about? Yeah, okay, I'm trying to look at this article. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna show y'all this article. Then we ain't gonna be on here too long today, y'all. But let me know what y'all think. What did y'all think about what Tasha K just said up in there? And I'm trying to scroll down on the comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. Uh, 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 okay, I'm gonna show y'all this little article. Now, this is you said as y'all can see, this article here, 12 more charged a nationwide fake nursing diploma scheme. Nightingale phase two. And as y'all can see, this is nationwide. So I said it was just the three schools in Florida, and it may be more. No, this is the whole nationwide. It was 7,600. That ain't just the Florida. That is whole nationwide. That is all the ones they got in total. So, like I said, during phase one, it was revealed that 7,000 fake nurses diploma was sold in Florida. 30 defendants was convicted. So, according to 12 new defendants have been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud for their roles in selling thousands of fake nursing diploma and transcripts. And that's what I'm like. And then you want to talk about the ones who got it. Who started this scam? Are you telling me that there was black people who went and started this scam to sell the fake nurses degrees and transcripts? Is what we're saying? Because that's you just blame black women for all this. So because you said this the black women, the black nurses, and you started talking about the BBLs, and I don't know what they. I don't give a fuck how you got your body. You take care of me. You do your job. I don't care about how that nurse look and if they got a BBL. Do you got the education? Do you know what you're doing? Can you find a fucking IV? Because if y'all got the veins like mine, get me all bruised up and stuff. Because talking about your vein moving. If you can find the thing, baby, that's what I care about. And why do I care about whether or not a nurse got a BBL? So among the latest, hairline Lockhart, Caroline Norris, Patrick Buchanan, Gilbert, Arlene Matthews, Lumel Pierre. Each faces a mandatory max of 20 years. So yeah, I'm like, can I say for sure those people are not black? No, but then them names. So Central in Florida, a network of nursing school operators charge each student roughly 10,000 for a licensed practical nurse degree, which is the LPN, and 17,000 for our RN. The alleged selling and purchasing of nursing degrees and transcripts to willing but unqualified individuals is a crime that potential endangers the health and safety of patients and assault the honorable profession of nursing. So the scheme was ongoing since 2016 and netted the individual more than $114 million, according to the FBI. However, the federal investigation didn't begin until 2019 at the tip from Maryland that initially targeted two individuals, Gerald Arlene Auden, I'm messing up her name, and Roosevelt I don't even know how to pronounce these names. We talking about these some black people. Business from Florida that was the first arrested, and both pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud. The school offered advertised a shortcut for students to skip the traditional nursing program that required extensive clinical hours and classroom training. Unfortunately, some of the students that was recruited was legitimate LPN who wanted to become a registered nurse. According to officials, other students were recruited from out of state. Unfortunately, most of the students were from South Florida Haitian American community. Of the 7,600 students that paid for fake nursing degree, roughly one third passed the national license exam. Most of them from New York, which allows students to take the exam as many times as they want. The students who passed the nursing exam lost their certifications according to the FBI, but will not be criminally charged. Chad Yarbird, the FBI acting special agent in charge in Miami, said the nursing board across the country have been notified of every student who obtained a fake nursing degree. According to the arrest affidavit, all defendants were charged with conspiracy to and committing wire fraud. The people was Gail Russ, Cheryl Stanley, Crystal Lopez, Ricky Rowley, Noberta Lopez, Francisco Laguerre. Y'all see them, man? Cassandra Jean, Yvette. Tell me, who you think black on here? Look at this list. Who y'all think black on here? Go ahead. So yeah. So I just wanted to say, I wanted to talk about this so we can make sure that with today's society and what's going on with these oligarchs banning up the news stations, with you can't trust the a lot of the government websites anymore. You can't trust what's going on there. Like, be vigilant and looking at what you're intaking, and try to do your own research. Because even when I seen that, and I seen Tasha K thing, and I'm like, just some of the stuff she's saying didn't. I already knew statistically wasn't right. That, the majority of nurses are black. Lie. Like, you could just tell that from. I mean, maybe if you just go to see a doctor in a black neighborhood, I don't know. Even if you go to a hospital, like, even in a black neighborhood, I don't think majority of the nurses in a hospital are black. But I'm like, I know that from just going to a hospital that majority of the damn nurses aren't black. Like, even in California, I want to say that the running joke is that all the Filipinos are nurses. So where are you getting majority of the nurses are black and we are the one to blame from this? I was like, I don't know. But I went and did my own research, look at the articles, look at the paperwork that the FBI submitted. I did the search for demographics of nurses in the U.S. to see what is the actual racial makeup of majority of nurses in Chicago, not in Chicago, in the U.S. So I'm like, just y'all got to be vigilant out there and don't listen to everything. And I'm over here on YouTube. Go check me. I have no problem, because when I want to build this channel that is going to be a community where you could drop down in the comments and talk to me and tell me when I'm wrong. I like to give facts and look up things. And even when people in my comments say, hey, this is that, because especially when I talk about reality TV, I don't know much about it. People be schooling me on it and the history of people, and why they feel this way about that person. And I be educating myself. I watch different news outlet, Roland Martin Unfiltered, the Native Land podcast. Like I said, I even go watch some. I had that I was supposed to show y'all. I even go watch Fox News sometimes to see what lies they telling, so I can know when I come across a MAGA what lie they gonna tell me. Because all they do is just literally regurgitate what somebody else then said. Uh, so I'm gonna show y'all this Fox News one. I'm not gonna show all of it, but I'm gonna show y'all this Fox News one so y'all can actually get the news report on that. And I also like to look at Fox News to see how they're gonna twist and turn a story. And you can tell when they can, because if they can, baby, they will twist themselves into a pretzel for Trump. But in this Fox News story, they actually did not. They just reported it on that, and I said, "Ooh, this must be bad." They couldn't. Okay, let's. I'm gonna. Here it is. It's
Over loans, and this move could affect how students finance their education in the future. There are hundreds of thousands of nurses and soon to be nurses impacted by this, as annual loans for new borrowers capped at $20,500 for graduate students, $50,000 for professional students, and a lot of outrage and backlash over this. Let's bring in right now the president of the American Nurses Association, Dr. Jennifer Menzik. Kennedy, I appreciate your time here on Live Now from
Oh,
Fox, and
it's something else
rightly
that I
so,
want
there's
to
a
say.
lot of
Let me pause. This is something else that I want to say because this is what also they taking it off the professional list. What means it's going to affect how it's funded through FAFSA and whether or how much money you can get when you're going to the school for nurses. And to me, that will primarily affect minority, lower income individuals who are going to school to be a nurse that you're not going to have now. You're not able to either there's going to be a certain cap where you're not able to get as much money or you're not going to be able to get FAFSA to go to school for nursing. To me, that's the goal.
conversations happening about this. How does this directly impact nurses?
No, thank you for bringing up this topic. It is so important. And I'm really hoping this is just a miscommunication or a misstep with the Department of Education. But we're hearing from many nurses and many nurses who, many
You see, that's Fox News. They ain't gonna come out and say Trump is wrong and his administration is wrong. I'm like, hopefully it's just a misstep and they don't know what they're doing and how this is gonna affect my community. Same way no farmers out there
individuals who
fucked up.
want to go into nursing, many individuals who want to become nurse faculty, and advanced practice registered nurses who are wondering if they should continue with this education. And so, with these caps, the way they are
Yeah,
proposing them, individuals wouldn't be able to have the access to the full amount of their tuition in many programs. So we're going to see people decide not to go be nurse practitioners. We're going to see people decide not to go on to be nurse faculty. And this is going to exacerbate a shortage of primary care providers, as well as people who are teaching the next generations of nurses.
Yeah, and you mentioned just of the funding as people going to school for this because it is an intensive process. And if you're a patient, you almost want it to be to get the best care necessary for this. Are you concerned about the perception as well? Because I know there's a lot of nurses out there that are already nurses, potentially going back to school. Just the perception from patients that they're potentially labeling nursing not as a professional degree. Do you think that hurts the profession?
No, I think we definitely need to clarify, and I think we need to make sure we speak very loud and clearly that nursing is a profession. Nurses are professional, and that we're not going to, tolerate anything less than this. And it's absolutely important to be included in that Department of Education definition, particularly when they've added to that definition that they're looking at graduate versus professional loans, and that the professional loans are those high return on investment. And like, what is more possibly higher return on investment than nursing and advanced practice registered nurses, such as nurse practitioners and faculty? We are short primary care providers in our rural areas. We are short nurses. We're going to have at least 6% shortage in nursing. Now we have over 5 million nurses, so 6% is a large amount. And we have tens of thousands of nurses retiring each year. We had over 80,000 applicants into nursing programs that were qualified that didn't get into their program, mostly because of a lack of nurse faculty. So we cannot allow this to stand because it's going to have devastating impacts to the nursing profession and to the healthcare structure of the United States. Nursing is the backbone of the healthcare system in the United States.
And can you talk a little bit about the timeline? If people out there are not nurses or don't know what it takes to become a nurse, because obviously there are different ways, different institutions you can go through, but there's a lot of nurses that are already nurses that are going to get more letters to their name, obviously similar to what you have behind your name. Can you talk about that, how nurses become into this profession and how they continue their careers through that education process, even while working in the workforce?
Absolutely. I personally got my PhD in nursing so that I could teach over 20 years ago. And that was 5 years of graduate level education after my bachelor's degree. And that I acquired $100,000 in school loans. That was 20 years ago. And education has continued to get higher. So for those who are advanced practice registered nurses, these are nurse practitioners, CRNAs, your nurse anesthetists, your certified nurse midwives, and CNSs. These are individuals who need master's and doctoral degrees to be able to sit for their certifying exams to be those advanced roles. I would even add then you have the nurse faculty who need doctoral degrees in many instances to teach nursing. Also, I think is lesser known, But there is about 10,000 nursing students right now in what's considered master's entry nursing programs, graduate nursing programs, but that gets them in to be registered nurses. These are people who got maybe a first bachelor's degree in IT or communications, finance, who decided they want to do something different with their life and want to feel like they're fulfilled. And they chose to go to nursing school. And so they're in an entry level graduate program to be an RN. And we're hearing from those individuals who are scared about potential funding issues with those programs. So we have many entry points for people who want to go into nursing and advanced nursing, and we do not need to limit any of those at this time.
Like I said, this is to me. Y'all can let me know if I'm wrong or not. To me, this is really about the this is really about you finance and education, and to me about you and when I say this is for the white women who voted for Trump. Y'all out here putting everybody pussy at stake. They did that abortion law and stuff. It wasn't for us. That was for y'all. Y'all got everybody vagina out here at risk because in the way that y'all voted, when they really is targeting y'all, they want y'all to stay at home and raise them kids and have more babies. They getting rid of this abortion ban because they want y'all to have more kids. You think they want more black and brown babies out here? No. Black, brown, yellow, no. They want more white babies. That's why they got that law for South Afrikaners. They trying to import more white people in to get this population up because y'all ain't out here screwing these mans the way y'all need to. You one who done voted, and this is just the white women who voted for Trump. Y'all putting all vagina at risk. Go out there and you vote right next time. This shit should only apply. These all this shit that he doing, so this you can't have abortion. This should only apply to the ones who voted for him because y'all voted for this shit, and y'all should be the only one who have to do the repercussions of this bullshit. You got everybody vagina out here at risk because y'all dumbass decision. Okay, I'm sorry for my subscribers who voted for him, but hey, I mean, tell me when I'm wrong. You can prove me that I'm wrong, then I back up off of it. Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to show y'all. Because I'm like with somebody with a microphone as big as Tasha K, and she comes in and give misinformation, and I don't even call it uh is disinformation because misinformation. I think you just misled, making a mistake, not really informed. Disinformation, you just purposely sending out information out there to change the minds of people, and I feel like that's more of what it is. But y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. We're gonna also put in the comments what you want to talk about next because I do. I'm not, of course, it's not tonight, but I do have the Pharrell stuff coming up. When when he said about the DEI, then he came back and was like, what he said, what was his little thing? Sound bite this, and give his whole resume of what he do for DEI and blah blah blah. I got my whole opinion about that too. Brian McKnight, his funky ass, got some shit. We got to talk about that interview that he did. So that stuff is should be coming up, y'all. Hopefully, I have time to come on here at least every day, every other day, whether it's 30 minutes or whatever. Because we're gonna have, I got my kids got a week off for all act. No, I'm lying because they got something Tuesday and Thursday. But well, matter of fact, I got happy because they just did their dance recital. So dance, they take a week off of dance, but at school they get something Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So yeah, I may have to start dropping some pre-recorded stuff in my car. So if y'all see me in the car and dropping something, go ahead and click on. Okay, I'm still be here. We still gonna talk. And I'll be in the comments. I'll do it as a premiere for the pre-recorded stuff. I'll drop it, but do it as a premiere where I'll be down in the comments at the time that it's aired, so we could be talking shit in the comments, okay? And hopefully my voice won't always be like that. I feel like it still sound different. Y'all let me know, does it sound different, or if I'm back to my regular? Because I feel like it's still like a little bit. I got a little bass up in there. Sound like I still got like a little Tony Braxton. He wasn't man enough for me. Who do you think I am? Don't you know he was my man? But T-by, so I creep Yeah. Maybe I should record a song while my voice is down deep like this. You know what I'm saying? You know, here with your chest. Um, but I got to get out up out of here. Y'all don't forget to like the video. I didn't even say that the whole time I was here. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, let me put on my professional voice after I done talked all that shit. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on all social media at Tootie Talks. I can't be serious to save my fucking life, okay? I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. And as I say, I've been saying this for a while, but this is my little saying. It's easy to be a wolf among sheep, but be a wolf among wolves to show who you truly are. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.